Hey guys, this is Manshark Sub LPs. I'm Sub, this is Crusader Kings II, and this is Millennia in the Making episode 26. We're currently playing as King Ludolf the Great of Bavaria and Pomerania, and he is the son of King Otto of Bavaria, the mighty bald warrior, formerly Duke of Brunswick and formerly Duke of Saxony. We're currently involved in a war with King Arnulf of East Francia and his allies, the goddamned Karlings, and the petty king of Wessex, who is married to a Karling. We hate them, and we're going to try and finish this war. And, well, the war that we're involved in, while we're at war with them, it's for the Duchy of Brunswick, so this entire area here was once our home, and it will be our home once again. We may not make it our home, we're just gonna own it, or own the guy who owns it. My sister-in-law wishes to marry a ruler. Well, hang on. Before we do that, my son Ulrich is a charitable little rascal. He certainly is. He's just picked up the charitable trait, which is great. He just gave his newest toys to the smith's son, so we can gain 5 prestige from that, and keep him with the whole thing, because he is turning out well, or praise him publicly, which he gains 5 prestige, and people dislike him for 5 years. Let's give him that one. That's good. No, that's good. The church likes him a lot more for having it. He's turning out to be quite a fine ruler. You know, if he reaches 16 before I die, which hopefully he will, we may nominate him as my preferred heir. But in the meantime, my dear sister-in-law, who is third in line for the Byzantine Empire, wishes to marry a ruler. I would prefer that she didn't marry a ruler and instead married, say, a Littlefinger. But they won't do that because, you know, too young and all this sort of stuff. So we'll just keep an eye on her, which we were already doing, which is why we got that message. Anyway, we're besieging the bishopric of Osnabrück. And just, there's that king's army again. We'll let them get into Braunschweig and just see how the siege is going at that point, because he's probably headed up to one of these. So after we do this siege, we'll go and chase him down, because after we finish up besieging the bishopric of Osnabrück, which is going swiftly, we'll be caught up in besieging the barony of Tecklenburg, which won't be very quick for us. Excuse me. So he's going to come up here to Celli. He can probably progress the siege fairly well, because these places don't have a lot in terms of the garrison. And there's a slightly bigger army coming along. We can still crush it, and we want to crush it before they keep on reinforcing. Duke Leutpold now favours Prince Guntram. So the Duke of Carinthia. This is actually kind of surprising to me. We also had a faction disband, which is also very surprising, because we're accruing vassal penalties at this stage. But 4 people approve of Prince Guntram as heir instead of the Duke of Bavaria. It's surprising that the Duke of Carinthia is voting for my favoured heir, because the Duke of Carinthia isn't actually part of my realm. And I don't need to worry too much about Pomerania, because there's only 2 electors and I'm one of them, so my choice will always go through. I'm a little surprised that Pomerania started an elective monarchy and not Gavelkind. But anyway, the idea here, we'll take this siege in a couple more days, is that we want to take these little armies out before they start mustering together and forming into a big army. It's a lot easier to take out many smaller armies than it is to take out one large army. 12th of March, yeah, we'll have that. Now Duke Leopold is favouring himself as the heir. That's fine, it doesn't concern us. +1 learning, because, you know, we're having this learning event thing again, where we study philosophers. So up to 4 points of learning. We're halfway to what we want, which is 8. And that's increased our tech gain just a little bit. I'm definitely thinking we should buy this, but we'll do that after the wars because we're not going well for money. We've hired a bunch of mercenaries who we could honestly probably get rid of, but I'm a little hesitant. Okay, so we just won that, and instead of besieging Tecklenburg here, we're going to move up here and defeat these armies. This army will probably stop moving to Cheli when they see what we're doing. Our daughter is of age. She has become a grey eminence, and she is still betrothed matrilineally to this dude, which is fine. So that's good. You know, she got an excellent stat out of that. Wonderfully fertile as well, so, you know, that's good for us. Yeah, see, these guys have stopped moving, and they will start moving into Osnabrück. When they get there, they will probably be able to immediately take the bishopric back. But that's alright. Because we're going to stop our move, as you can see here, these armies are going to get to Braunschweig before we leave Osnabrück. So instead of doing that, we're just going to head into Osnabrück. See what happens. Okay, so we're going to be involved in chasing people down, because these guys are moving faster than we are into other territories. Last episode I said that that was a function of your army makeup. It is, but it's also a function of the territories themselves. For example, moving around in England is very, very quick, because there are a ton of little tiny counties. Moving around in the steppes takes forever. So, we're not in a bad way here. It only takes like maybe a few weeks to move around. So, we'll get there on the 1st of April. Come on, here we go. Now, let's see. It takes us 5 days to get to Lundberg. That's pretty damn quick, isn't it? Yep, so let's handle that. We significantly outclass 2 of the 3 flanks, so we outnumber them all. I mean, look at this. 18 for me, 1 for the Prince Bishop of Liege. A little bit of a rumble in my throat. Anyway, yes, so we handily defeat these losers. You know, I should stop saying things like that, because what will happen is, while we defeat them, we'll lose a guy or something. 5 points of war score, 14.5 prestige, 0.7 miltech. And then we come up here. I don't believe that the king is in any of these armies. He's leading troops in Breisgau. Down here. So the Italians have mustered up a few more men. They'll all probably be coming up here, because this is the contested territory. It's what matters to the war score. Okay, we'll catch these guys. They're moving out on the 2nd of May. We're getting there on the 24th. Rostock has been converted to the Catholic faith. It's this one here, which... Okay, so we didn't do that. Our chaplain, court chaplain Emmelrich, is currently in Mecklenburg trying to convert that. So, this guy has managed to convert Rostock all by himself. Good on him. You know, that's quite admirable. Good work, my friend. Okay, this battle, who we got? The Duke of Franconia. It's some count guy. Again, clearly outclassed. Or maybe not outclassed, but clearly outnumbered at least. Very small changes. We're not looking for a war score change with those guys. We're looking to, well, keep their armies from forming properly. You have come into possession of the Confessions of St. Augustine, a series of tomes detailing the life and times of Augustine of Hippo, a Christian theologian from Roman Africa, who lived many centuries ago. Studying this historical work could provide insights that improve your learning. So, this is a more significant event chain than the learning ones that we've been getting, because we have a yes or no picture. So, I will read every word, or no, not enough pictures. I'll read every word. I'm not quite sure if there are any events where it would be sensible to turn them down. From my, oh, well, that was really quick. Last year finished your studies of St. Augustine's Confessions. It took many nights, like 2, of reading, with only the light of a candle to keep you company. but you do not regret a second of it. Your learning has improved. This work contained many truths. +2 learning. Phenomenal. It's now no longer our weakest stat, which is good. And our technology rates have increased by about 0.1 each. And we're going to invest in heavy infantry. I know I said that we were going to try and pump military organization, but at the moment we really need to get some other things up. So heavy infantry goes up. And that has increased heavy infantry and pikemen attack and defense by about 4%. So that's good. And now we're back. This person died. Cool. You know, alright. We're now back besieging the barony of Tecklenburg. Don't know what these guys are doing. Moving around. There is a like multi-thousand man army down here somewhere. Oh, large numbers of the famished defenders of Tecklenburg have succumbed to starvation. See, they lost about 70 dudes. That's cool. It's fine. We could assault it, but because it has a fairly high fort level, like 4 as opposed to the cities of 0.4 or the bishoprics of 1, I think 3.5 is the base for castles. Maybe? No, 3 is the base for castles, but then castle walls and castle fortifications add to that. So while I say that castle fortifications aren't that important, they're still kind of useful if you've got nothing else to spend your money on. And the problem is that we're losing money because of these mercenaries. We're losing 10.71 per month. Our monthly balance is 8.33. So if we dismissed these mercs, we could get rid of that. We'd be in the green again, or in the black as they call it. Which may be a little bit racist, but you know, whatever. We're going to keep them up as long as we can, because having those extra 2,000 men is useful for us. Here's an army. Wherever they go, they may just assault the place, though with the amount of men they have. See, the castle of Lundberg has 383 men in it at the moment. The castle of Cheli has 214. I wouldn't assault anywhere with either of those two with 1,300 men. He may opt differently because, you know, the AI can be a little strange sometimes. But all things considered, we should finish the siege of Tecklenburg. This guy is still trying to sell us someone for 10 gold. We should be able to finish the siege of Tecklenburg before this guy besieges anywhere. Excellent. Mecklenburg has been converted to the Catholic faith. Is there anywhere in my realm that is not Catholic? No. Not a single place. So, what can we do with our bishop? It's pointless to proselytizing him anyway. I mean, we could send him to a foreign country, but there's a chance that they'll just murder him. Nobody likes it when, you know, Jehovah's Witnesses turn up on their doors to, you know, try and convert them to their religion. So I doubt anybody would have a similar experience with, you know, a bishop turning up and doing the same thing in 914 AD. So we can either research cultural tech, which would give us plus 85%, or we can try and improve relations with some priests. How are priests' opinions of us? Apologies for the scrolling around. The game does use an edge of window scrolling mechanic, and some of the buttons are located very close to the edge of a window. Everybody likes the Pope more than me, except for my court chaplain himself. Prince, Bishop... Well, let's see. One of these was... No, I thought one of them was a faction leader, but they're not. These guys have the exact same opinion of me and of the Pope. Prince Bishop Amadeus is reigning in Bremen. Let's send our guy there. Nice. You can also send your bishop to improve religious relations in foreign courts. The best place to send him for that is usually to Rome, because then you get the Pope liking you. Okay, so the evil forces of Italy have started this siege up. 5.5 every 12 days. We're ahead of them, and we're at 7.7 every 12 days. And as soon as this siege ends, we can go over there, kick their shit, and then come back and besiege Lingen for that little bit of war score, which is probably like 10% or something. Well, the king recognizes that he's losing, but he will not give up yet. Byzantines should be coming up to maybe help us out again in the future. Yes, this army of 10,000 dudes appears to be coming up towards us, so maybe they'll help us out. I don't believe that there's anything weird happening down here. See, this here is Sicily. I think this is Sicily. Just check that. Yeah, it's part of Sicily. Is owned by the Byzantine Empire, and is apparently their de jure lands. I didn't know that before I started playing the game, that the Byzantine Empire encompassed the south of the Italian peninsula. Whatever the actual name for that is. I don't know. I know that Spain is the Iberian Peninsula, but I don't know if the Italian Peninsula has a different name. Hey, if you do, leave us a comment. Inform me of my educational lack in that regard. The mayor of Dachau wishes for me to lower taxes, which means it would be voting on minimal city taxes, which is a terrible idea. So, screw you all, you can have a negative opinion against me. They're only mayors. The only thing they can do is stop paying me the money, which, would also be an issue. But yeah, none of them are so negative. It's when they go into negative opinions of you that they stop paying you the money. But that's fine. He's moving out of Chile. Maybe he's found another army that he can go join in on. But yeah, no, they're moving back to Lycanidas. What are you doing, you crazy Byzantine motherfucker? Jeez, I'd really like to knock over this guy. It'd be great. He has a granddaughter. Oh shit, that's an issue. Not for us, though. Sometimes, if the heir as a child, then it can mess with the line of succession. In this case, because it's a daughter, I believe, that doesn't matter. I would like him to not have any more children, though. Unfortunately, it's not really something we can do with. We just have to rely on his natural negative fertility to play into that. And we may just murder any male children that he has at some point. What? It's perfectly reasonable. So he's moving down to Göttingen. And from there to Nassau. So he's moving out of the contested areas. So I think there is another larger army down here, or the Italians are having some sort of issue. They're not having any revolts or warfare or anything like that, so I don't know what he's doing. He has apparently stopped. No, they successfully raided us and did us a bit of damage there. That's annoying. But King Arnulf has put himself in another army and is moving up through Braunschweig. Well, to Braunschweig. Again, we need this siege to finish before we decide to move off. We're at kind of the amount where I would say, yeah, I could conceivably assault it, because we have a 10-to-1 advantage. A truce with the Italians is expiring in 60 days, that's fine. Really need to end this war fairly soon. Our vassals are getting very upset with us. Okay, so the king's moved in to besiege Chile. These guys will probably move up to support him. Yeah, that's what they're doing. That's fine. They can't besiege it faster than we can besiege Tecklenburg. And as soon as we have this, we're going to move in for an assault. On them, not on the city or anything like that. So we've got 3 more siege periods of 12 days. And we should have... just pause that momentarily. Okay, we had a faction form, Lower Crown Authority in Pomerania, headed by Count Victor of Anhalt. Not terribly concerned about that. We do have a Lothringian fleet up here, which is depositing troops. You can tell that because there's a troop guy moving in. Don't know where. He's not at war with anybody else, I think. Nope, I'm the only person that these guys are at war with, and somehow I'm still winning. The Byzantines really... okay, so the Byzantines are moving back to quash another revolt. Can I check their revolt risk? Yeah, you know what? It's a little surprising that they had a revolt there and not over here. See, green means that there's no revolt risk, and the redder things are, the worse. These guys up here have a problem. There's a heretic stronghold there. Let's check on that. Nope. But it is not even part of the Byzantine Empire, it's part of Georgia. Really don't care about that, man. Come on, 2 more periods. We're really running out of the... We've got another jihad for Anatolia. This guy is now the caliph of the Shia religion, or the Shia faction of Islam. He's quick and attractive, proud and honest. And he is patrilineally descended from the Prophet Muhammad's uncles, Al-Abbas or Abu Talib, or from the sons of his daughter Fatima, Hassan ibn Ali and Hussein ibn Ali. Okay, so it's no concern of ours at the moment. Where's Anatolia? Okay, so it's no concern of ours at the moment, but we may get called into that, because Anatolia is basically half the Byzantine Empire. And I would prefer them not to lose that, given our current little plots. So if he calls us in, he might call us in, or we might not be able to be called in because it's a Shia v Orthodox war and we're Catholic. So technically it's no concern of ours, as the pop-up demonstrated. We should win the siege shortly. God damn. Okay. They smuggled food and supplies in, which lengthens the siege by another tick for our current depletion. It gives it 10% more morale, but at this rate we get rid of that in just an extra tick. Frederica wants to kill Bruno. Both Lotto-fingers, and that's my kinsman. I don't wish you to kill Bruno. You will end your plot. The more Lotto-fingers we have around, the better. Alright, so now 12 days until we win this siege. We just improved keeps in Plough. We can't afford any of it. We're going to have to put our mercenaries down as soon as we finish this battle here, I feel. Because otherwise, yes, we're going to be out of money. Okay, that should be fine. Okay, we've dragged Frida out of her hole. I don't care. She's a peasant. She doesn't count. Okay, so let's hope. Yep, thank you. They're going to evade the army, so it's a pain in the ass. We did get a little bit more gold out of the siege, though, so that's good. That's very good. So we're going to move down to Osnabrück, because the journey from we're going to move from Osnabrück to Braunschweig, because the journey from Braunschweig to the other places was much shorter. Well, it was to Lundberg anyway, so I assume something similar happens with Celli. On the 6th, and yes, soon as... Wow, we're losing a lot of money. Princess Brunhild needs to be educated. She is my fifth child. And she seems to be alright at intrigue and diplomacy. So, we're going to give it to somebody to improve their opinion of us. Not the Duke of Bavaria, and that wouldn't actually improve his opinion of us. That's quite strange. Let's give her to our half-sister, Winfreda. Done. Okay, and then up to there. Okay, 8 days. Hopefully that's quick enough. 21st, 14th. Good, we're going to catch them. And hopefully the battle ends before the end of the month, because I really need to get rid of these mercenaries. Oh, good, the king's there. Well, I'm there, but so is the other king. Okay, we've gained Well, we already had a like this little thing here, which meant that we were good at using mounted troops, not so good at light troops. But those got modified by our martial stat. But now we have gained the ability to master flat terrain, which means in plains, farmlands, or steppe terrain, we get a plus 20% bonus. And that expands to 38% because of our high martial stat. We're currently in plains, so that should come into play. Come on. Defeat. Actually, we have enough money to pay for one more month of mercenaries. There we go. And now we owe our subjects money because our coffers are empty. Now that's a big issue. As soon as this war is over, this battle, sorry, we're getting rid of the mercs. So yep, 4.7 war score, fine, 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 and put down the mercenaries. And now head over to Osnabrück. Now, previously, you had massive issues when you exceeded your demesne limit. But at some point, that was altered so that you started having massive issues when you had a budget deficit. We shouldn't have that come into effect. We have a minus 0.2 thing, and that should change fairly shortly because we got rid of the mercenaries. Unfortunately, that means we have to keep our vassal levies up for the moment. You know what we're going to do? We're going to besiege the city of Lingen, lower vassals, raise personal levies, and see how that goes. Because the amount of unraised vassal demesne levies we have, is just slightly less than the amount of vassal levies. So it shouldn't be a too big of a thing. But yep, now we're in the positives again. That's good. You don't lose like a bunch of money yet. The budgetary thing is kind of strange. You don't, like at the end of the month, you don't lose 10.33 gold. Over the course of the month, you lose that much and gain your income and all that sort of stuff. Alright, we routed those guys. And this siege will progress quite nicely. And the reason why we just want to finish up this siege is just so that we get the entire province, get a little bit more war score. Oh, we don't even have to worry about that. We have won the war, apparently. Send our offer to the German king. In 14 days he will come back with his response, which will be to the honourable and great, etc., etc. Come on. Any moment now, bro. There we go. I have usurped the title of the County of Braunschweig for Karlman Karling. I have usurped the title of County of Lundberg from Count Karlman of Braunschweig. I've basically usurped a bunch of titles. That's great. To the magnificent King Ludolf, your wisdom and mercy are legendary. I accept your offer of peace. Wise decision. And now these guys can go away. Whew! So, now we have a few things to deal with. One, we're fucking awesome. I'll tell you that from the start. We're fucking awesome, and we have successfully reunited our realm. That was one of our goals. We've done this. We are exceptional. Now, we do have some other things to take care of before we look at this sort of stuff. We're currently over our demesne limit. That's because we've acquired the Castle of Lundberg and the Castle of Braunschweig. Now, I know Lundberg was our capital at one stage, but it's not looking that great compared to the Bavarian holdings. We're also the Duke of Brunswick. Now, that's kind of interesting. I would like to maintain 2 ducal titles. So, let's have a look at the counties that we hold. Well, first of all, we hold the Barony of Andex. We hold the County of Braunschweig, the County of Lundberg, the County of Weimar, and the counties of Plauen, Niederbayern, and Oberbayern. We still haven't managed to get the Duchy of Bavaria, though that is a goal, that's an aim. So, what we're going to do... We don't really need to hold on to the Saxony stuff. I know we're it's a familial thing. It was part of our family's history and all that sort of stuff. But the Saxon holdings, they're really kind of shit. I mean, what? We get 383 guys out of Plauen, and we get 497 out of Weimar. Out of Lundberg, we'd get 521, and out of Braunschweig, we get 295. Ultimately, though, what we're actually going to try and do is consolidate it so that all of our holdings are in Bavaria. But we can't do that just yet, so we need to release some things. I'm going to ditch the County of Plauen and the County of Braunschweig. Yeah, that sounds good. County of Plauen and the County of Braunschweig. So, who will we ditch those to? Let's see if we've got any lovely individuals in court who are German and Catholic. Always German and Catholic. You married to someone? You married matrilineally to someone? Yes, you are. Congratulations, Princess Winfrieda. I can't grant you a title because you're a woman. No worries, I'll give it to Marcin here, who, while he is Bohemian, it's a matrilineal marriage, so deal with it. He is going to get Braunschweig. Rats, bro. Yes, wonderful. And, however, that means that Brunhild is no longer being educated by that individual. So we'll get a Delia here to do that. Lovely. And now I wanted to get rid of Plauen, I believe. Was it Plauen? Yeah, it was Plauen. So, I could give that to Count Victor here, but that would give him 2 of the 3 counties in Saxony, so that's not a good state of affairs. Let's see if we have any more good German Catholics. Don't want to give it to Gerlach here, he's already got 2 counties, and he's still a bastard, so it's still not great for him. Let's see. Ulrich, my son. I don't want to give him something before he reaches his majority. Simply because he does need to get something at some point, but simply because then we might not get a say in who educates him. Apart from the fact that, you know, we're his dad. You know what? We'll give him... Yeah, no, we'll try this out. We'll give him the County of Plauen. That's great, that's great. And, yep, he's left my court. Are we still educating him? We certainly are. Excellent. Damn, I'm proud of myself. The only issue is that we had a bit of a monetary issue. But now our levies can replenish, our retinue can finish doing its thing. And we have a de jure claim. Hang on a moment. We've got a call to arms in the jihad. I thought that might happen. We're going to accept it. Because, well, let's be honest. That's for Bataan Sultanate. Yeah, going to be kind of honest here. I don't know why they've declared this jihad on all over here. Most of the Shia holdings are here in the Moroccan sort of area. So they have to march their guys all the way along here and up here, unless they've got a couple of boats. Normally, I would have expected to see a jihad for Sicily, or... No, they don't really have a call to do any of that up here. Or do they? Yeah, they could have had a jihad for... but see, here's the thing. The Spanish kingdoms are very small. Except for Andalusia and Aragon, and maybe Portugal. They're very small, so... I guess one for Anatolia was kind of a big move on this guy's part. I don't think he'll win it. Just because this Shia religion is still getting its act together, sort of thing. Okay, so... We have a de jure claim that we could press against this guy here. He has an ally that he can call to war, the High Chief of the Profenians, and House Yingling of Norway. Norway is quite big, but they're shitty provinces. So I know, stuff should be, replenishing, but let's have a little look for Norway. 7,500 guys. Let's just leave them alone for a little bit. They'll be fine. I'm sure. I'm sure they'll be fine. And yeah, the Byzantine Empire is close to 30,000 men. They are so fine. Yep, so we're also waiting for this penalty to go away. This huge raised levies penalty. And actually, I wanted to check on something. We no longer have the penalty for increasing the crown authority. So, we're just going to let this vassal levy go away, and then we're going to fuck with this guy. Not literally, though he may be up for that, being, a bit lustful. Maybe if there was someone else involved, because remember, not gay in a freeway. Not that there's anything wrong with gay sex. But yeah, I'd really like to take Oldenburg here back. And Byzantine fleet's up here for some reason. That's very strange. But yeah, so we jumped into this war just because, we're maintaining our little thing. Okay, so let's see. Matrilineal marriage between my daughter, Princess Helwiva, and Lothar. Lothar has just aged up. We would lose 100 prestige from this, but you know what? I'm fine with that. It's a matrilineal marriage, and it's fine. Make lots of little Lodor fingers for me. That would be exceptional. What's happened here? East Francia is trying to revoke Thuringen. We could get involved in this war. At the moment, it's just between the King of East Francia and the Count of Thuringen. I'm not sure what will happen if the Count of Thuringen wins. It may significantly screw with East Francia's, crown authority, and this guy will probably have to abdicate, but he will abdicate to Prince Michael here, who, well, there's enough Karlings to run it through, so I don't particularly care about that. I don't have a casus belli to declare war on the dude in Thuringen. If it was an independence war, I might join in and say, yeah, I'll support you, and then as soon as he wins, we attack him and take his shit. Which we can't actually do because, well, one, it's not an independence war, and two, we have no claims. I'm really proud to have been to have reunited our realm, because that was, admittedly, we have this really thin part here, so taking East Francia would be very beneficial for us, but I'm still quite happy with how that's gone for us. Now, we also have some de jure claims on Pomerania, being exceptional individuals that we are. So, we're going to try and win these with our levies. Let's just go and park over in Brandenburg. Some guy became a cardinal. Cool story. We're going to park over in Brandenburg because it's in striking range of pretty much everything that we want to strike at here. And when they get there, we'll look at options. I think we're about half an hour into the episode, I want to say. Maybe 45 minutes. Maybe 40, I don't know, but we'll handle this. I am on a bit of a harder time limit today because I'm delaying people making noise around the house. I think Dad's going to try and basically set up an industrial sawmill or something. But, that's alright. King Lodolf the Great has inherited the County of Anhalt and other titles from Count Victor of Anhalt. So, not great. I don't know why it's giving us that message that we're going to inherit these two counties. But we did get two counties out of this. We got the Citadel of Zerbst and the Citadel of Kurfürst. I don't want either of those, but fortunately they're going to be really easy for us to get rid of. Because with the barony here, we can create new vassal. Peter! Excellent! Peter von Kerfurt, you are now a count. Grats. Ambitious, which isn't great. And he wants the Duchy of Saxony, but, you know, he can go eat a dick. He's not getting the County of Saxony. Also, you can see here, because we've only recently reconquered Lundberg, it'll be another half a year or so before we get any money out of a place. That's fine. It's fine. I'm just really happy to be Duke of Brunswick again. Okay, we've made it to our target, or our target area, so let's have a look at what's going on in this region. Independent Realms map. So to the south of us, we have the tribe of Sorbs doing its thing. We're not concerned about them because they're not part of our de jure kingdom. They've got lands of Bohemia and Poland. So any war against them would be a holy war, which means everybody else could join in. We'd probably have to raise vassal levies again, and we don't want to do that. Alternatively, we have the County of Dimmen. County of Dimmen is currently attacking. It's the ally in an attack against the Jarl of Skane. And they're hostile with a bunch of people because the Jarl of Skane is also having a bit of an internal rebellion. This guy does have allies. I'm not sure if he can call any of them in. He may be able to, so who knows. So let's see what else we've got. We've got the County of Vologolsk word. He's defending against the King of Shelland. So these guys are actually involved in the same war, but it's opposing each other. Does he have allies? He has one ally, the Chief of Torquay. Heh. He is so up for it. And that'd also get us a line on this one. And finally, we have the High Chief of Pomerania, which we'd only be able to declare for one of these counties, and I would probably make it what's this? Have some vowels. Use vowels in your goddamn language so I can understand what these things are and pronounce them. So, does he have allies? He does. He has allies that he can call in, but they're all counts. They're all chiefs of places, so, you know, that's fine. And, yeah, so we've got our little warfare there. And we could also do a holy war for Pomerania, but that would get us the exact same that a de jure claim on that place would, because he only holds one county in Pomerania. Despite the whole place being called Pomerania, this is the duchy, or the ducal title of Pomeralia. Alright, so I believe we're going to war with this guy here. Let's just go back to the terrain map to make it pretty for you. This guy here. It's our war. We're not holy warring. While that would be good if we wanted to get the Catholic moral authority up, Catholic moral authority is already at 100%. That's fine. And the Pope actually likes us a bit. Good stuff. And the holy war thing lets other Slavic rulers join in. So we don't want that to happen. Additionally, if we could also do a holy war, not to increase the Catholic moral authority, but to decrease the Slavic moral authority. Let's find the religion tab. We're looking for Slavic. Not looking good for them. Where are they? All the way down here? They're already at 14%. So, I'm not concerned about that. Moral authority dictates basically, well, as well as having particular things, like to reform a pagan religion you need X amount of moral authority, it also dictates how hard it is to convert provinces. So we do want to keep the Slavic moral authority down, but it's already down. So it's a de jure claim, which would mean that, see, the Holy War, the difference here, they're both for the same province. I know I'm talking a lot about this, but it's kind of important to understand how different claims for the same place can work. So a Holy War means that we will own every holding in this place, and we'd then have to distribute them. The de jure claim means that Chief Caspar becomes a vassal of ours. He is Slavic, so that's an issue, but we can try and convert him, and if we can't convert him, then, well, we just revoke his title. And lastly, the supply limit is 1.1. We have picked up a lot of gold just in the time that we were sitting around. I think most of that is because the dude in Anholt died, so we inherited a lot of money. So, let's, no further ado and all that sort of stuff, let's get this war on and see if we can get it done in the next 10 or so minutes that I think I have. We could call in the Byzantine to help us out. We're not going to do that because I'm going to be honest, we've done this. We've got this war sorted. We are losing troops. And what I could really do if I wanted to would be to detach maybe... You know... No, we're not going to detach troops. We're going to let them suffer their tiny little bit of attrition and just take the penalties associated with it. Because... Oh, wonderful. I am speaking in tongues, screaming obscenities at random times, most often when the priest preaches... Wow, stumbling over words. Maybe I am this guy. And am sometimes lying on the ground, writhing in apparent pain. I seldom remember these things and people believe me to be possessed. Not great. Not great. I don't believe that we ever lose this. It means our wife really doesn't like us. Because, well, we're possessed, aren't we? And there may be an issue with the vassals because of it. Not that I can actually see. Yet. Let's do it by rank. No, it's fine. Okay, the chief is called in, the chief of Torquay. I don't even know where Torquay is. Let's find Torquay. Wow, all the way over there. So not caring. Yep, see, we're losing a little bit of troops. But I believe that we're currently at parity so that we lose as many as we get every month. Which the only real cost associated with that is the almost free gold it takes to reinforce. It's fine. Mayor Lambert is no longer my spy master. Don't know why. Okay, so we're going to make... Oh, jeez. Udo here is going to be my new spy master, and we're going to send him to do some techie shit in Laodica. So we are seeing here some of the jihad forces have managed to make their way up to Anatolia, but, well, as expected, the Byzantine is... quite literally kicking the shit out of them. The Pope's paying us 200 gold because we're a good Catholic warring with some infidels, and we're going to use that to further our war effort. And by further our war effort, I mean buy some buildings. So, let me see. What we're going to do is increase our castle infrastructure in Oberbayern, so that then we can upgrade our castle town. And get some more money out of the place. This siege is going to go fairly slowly. I'm lucky that he doesn't have his garrison at home. If he had his garrison at home, I believe he might outnumber my besieging force, and I'd have to park more troops in there, which would be an issue because we're already over the supply limit. Now, the easiest way to beat that sort of an issue, the County of Gelre has been moved around a bit or something. That's fine, it's still within our hegemony. And that faction that she was leading has gone, when you're a child you can't lead factions. But he probably wouldn't want to anyway, he likes us. Cool. Anyway, I find that the best way to deal with a high supply limit, like a supply limit where you need to... Okay, so if this guy likes us a little bit more, that's good. Still can't get him assassinated. Jeez, it's ridiculous how hard it is to assassinate some people. Shame, but he's young and healthy too. We might just have to wait on him. because he is being put in risky situations. Anyway, I usually find the best way to beat a province where the defenders in a siege are above the supply limit. You can't really do it at first, and short of having level 4 military organization, there's no simple way of doing it. Because if you have a level 4 military organization, you don't have to worry about pagan supply limits. But short of those actual solutions, the least lossy way to do it is to park 20,000 guys in the province and just smack it with an assault. That's dependent on you having 20,000 guys, of course, and you are going to lose a lot of troops. You're going to lose a lot of troops just in getting in there and at the actual assault and getting back out. But after that, the secondary holdings, like the city and the bishopric or the temple, they should have less troops. There will be a point when temples get more troops, because one of their things here adds a significant number of troops, but they're all shitty troops. That doesn't matter in a siege, but it matters when you're raising guys from them. So for us, castle holdings are the best. City holdings get us money, and church holdings get us piety. They also, eventually, get you cultural tech, which is great. You can also see this school teaches many subjects and is a rare centre of high learning, but the students enrolled here primarily study to prepare themselves for future careers in the clergy. No girls allowed. No cooties. Gottschalk died. That's unfortunate. And I think when this siege is done, you can see we're winning this little jihad here. And I never expected anything less. You know, we're going to actually not finish this siege yet. Usually I finish the siege and then go on, but that seems to result in, well, going significantly over time. And as mentioned, I am somewhat on a limit today. So, we'll come back to that next episode. And yeah, we'll just continue a little expansion into Pomerania, and maybe we'll come down here to Italy. Because if we can get a war going, like for one of these provinces again, we'll probably try and take this one off the Duke, because it's the one he has, and we don't want anybody to be Duke down here. And yeah, so we'll probably try and take that, and he'll probably move into one of these ones. That's fine, I don't care. But we should fairly easily be able to get the Byzantine guy in on this, because it's next door to him. So, with that in mind, we're going to end the episode. If you've got any questions about what I'm doing, my plans in the future, your own games even, feel free to ask them. Comments, leave them under this video. I'd be happy to see some of those. If you liked the video, go ahead and give us a like. It's kind of alliterative, if you will. If you want to see more of this sort of thing, subscribe. And yeah, I've been Sub. You've been yourselves. Later.